Hello there, beautiful Virgo. Welcome back and welcome to all new friends. Hope everyone is doing wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me today. So, Virgo, let's see what's going on between you and your person and what it is that you need to know right now and where things are for the both of you at this time. All right, this is for Virgo, of course, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising signs. If you enjoy tarot, I do variety style readings on this channel. So like the video, subscribe. Would love to have you come back. Hit that notification bell, alright, for future video alerts and updates. Okay. So I am getting over being sick and I am not intending on keeping you here longer than you need to be. I'm just kidding. I am sick though, so I apologize about my voice. Alright, so let's see what's going on for you, Virgo. Temperance in reverse, present time, things into the past. We have the Seven of Wands in reverse. What's challenging and what's causing problems? The Four of Wands. The Five of Cups here is for the goals and aspirations, okay? Unspoken feelings, thoughts, emotions, hidden intentions, hidden anything that's hidden or unknown. Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Alright. Influences, people, things, events, or what's the outcome, what it is that you need to know right now. Page of Swords in the reverse. Future, what's likely to occur or may not happen or may happen. What's next in this journey is the Hermit in the reverse. And where things are at the present time, in terms of concerns, worries, hopes, fears, whatever it is, we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse, Virgo. So this is a Taurus energy here. We also have somebody's wanting to come out of the cold, okay? However, it feels like somebody is just having a hard time either reaching out, communicating about it. There's a lot of worry here. There's a lot of insecurities coming through. The desire to rebuild the life is here, but there's worry if there's going to be, like, the worry is like, will I be able to rebuild my life with Virgo, or will there be a rebuilding going on? If that's you thinking, will there ever be a rebuilding of something happening? All right. We do have wealth, like abundance, like things are stabilizing. Things will feel not secure, but things will kind of balance out for you in general, Virgo. But in terms of this situation, this person, this energy, they're wanting to come out of the cold. They do not like being left out. They do not like being left behind. They're not feeling their best right now. They worry a lot. Okay, there's a lot of worry. This is somebody that's worrying that things may not improve, because in the reverse, it's a card of improvements, right? But I'm asking the question, what are the hopes or fears? They're hoping for things to improve. They worry that things will not improve, right? It's however you want to see it. The temperance for the current state of things, state of their mind, or where things are for you. There's a little bit of an imbalance here. Okay, this is a Sagittarius fire energy. There's a little bit of an imbalance because somebody's not listening. Somebody's unwilling to listen. Some communication is not coming through. Somebody's wanting to communicate. Someone's unwilling. Oh, that was my dryer. Sorry about that. Somebody's unwilling to listen. Okay. All right. Just made sure the dryer was completely off. You know, this at one point, this felt like a soulmate connection, okay? But right now there's just a lot of clashing. I feel like someone's lacking perspective, so they're just not seeing it. They're just not seeing. You know, I feel like somebody wants to dip their toe, their feet in the water, of course. You know, still some emotions there, but the emotions, they're being played with back and forth and back and forth. It just feels like one person cares more about the other person right now. And it just doesn't feel like there's equal reciprocity, equal give and take. So it's just someone, like, when someone is giving, the other person takes, but the other person does not necessarily balance it out and give or makes it fair, or not that it's an expectation, but it just feels like something is just one-sided, very, very heavily, okay? So in the past, you know, leading to now, I feel like, you know, in the past, things were very overwhelming. It feels maybe in the past somebody was not courageous enough, brave enough to kind of maybe take a stand, speak their thoughts, speak where they were. whether the passion was going away, whether the love was dying out, or whatever it is. And it just feels like there was just fighting and kind of, not the fighting, but the clashing, but also it just felt like somebody was fighting like against the current, so to speak, because it was just, there was a lot of resistance, okay? And I feel like things were just very exhausting, whether the connection itself was exhausting, whether one person became too exhausting on the other person, it just became too much. And it just felt like somebody had to just kind of fight now, to fight to defend themselves. They were very territorial. Somebody was losing their power here. And I feel like that caused a lot of challenges. So I feel like somebody kind of provoked, what's the word? I can't think of the word. But it just feels, yeah, it's a destruction of the ego to some degree. It just feels like somebody was fighting, but it became more passionate about, maybe could have felt like like not betrayal. I'm not saying like a lot of betrayal, but it just feels like somebody lost their power, somebody lost their place on that pedestal, okay? So the four here, the Four of Wands, I feel like the biggest problem is stability, stabilizing something. I feel like, things can get better if there's like a promised commitment of some sort, something where, there could be proof that, things can work out, and it could be kind of, things can be resolved, things can mend, things can heal. This is a card of love, very strong card of love. It's an Aries card as well, Aries energy. There's a lot of self-respect here, but when it came to the challenge itself, the problems, okay, it's just somebody was having a hard time looking past what was happening. So like there was the progression wasn't there. The desire to have the stability could have been there, but the work and the action and the behaviors and everything was not necessarily there. We could be talking about someone right now you may be in no communication with. I feel like this is an energy that feels like, they want to come out of the cold. They've taken the break, but they don't want to be on a break. All right. But I don't know if there's going to be an opportunity here to communicate that this time, because it just feels like things just were not supported. Okay. The achievement of that, like, kind of forever and ever and ever and forever after, but to some degree, the idea of the commitment, the soulmate journey, the duality, the twosome, it just did not materialize. All right, this is a challenge. In terms of goals, okay, I feel like the disappointment is still very strong here. All right, there's a sense of loss. Somebody's going through like the pain of the loss of the relationship. They're looking at what has been and is no longer is, but there's opportunities that could still, and they're hoping for those opportunities to come around, like the chances. So if you were in a relationship with somebody where, you'd break up and have another chance, they're thinking about all the chances that they have lost, but they're also hoping that there would be a chance some more. They're deep in thought. I feel like the goal here is to just have some type of a love offer come through, whether it is you that wants them to bring it to you, or whether it's them that's hoping for it. The desire is there. This is a past person keeps coming up, okay? So I feel like, the goal is to fix something, there's conflict, somebody's still struggling. There's a huge setback right now, and I feel like somebody's gaining perspective. Even the both of you could be gaining perspectives for whatever your reasons are. All right, but there's just a river of emotions still kind of taking place, and I feel like somebody wants to kind of get past the emotional aspect of things. They're dwelling, okay, there could be some self-pity here, but when it comes to actual goals, I feel like they're hoping you would choose them. Their goal is to do what it takes for you to choose them. Feels like somebody's torn between two people, two loves in this card, okay? Now, what's not being said, or what's hidden, or what needs to be expressed, the Page of Pentacles is in the reverse. There's no plan. There's a struggle here, because whatever somebody wants to talk about, or whatever they want to fix or achieve, or if the desire is there, the plan is not there, because it feels like there's a disconnection from the two of you. So to even try to plan to say, hey, if we talk, let's do this, that they're losing that. Remember, they're losing their place on that pedestal. So it just feels like there's a lack of understanding of what to do here, what this person wants to do. Taurus and Aries is showing up again with Gemini communication elements, all right? I feel like here the biggest thing is they're somebody's desiring to manifest something, okay? They want to manifest something, but there's not only there's delays, all right, is what it is. So it feels like when we're talking about these 3 cups here, and they keep thinking about how these 3 chances have, for example, 5th chance. Well, here it's kind of like, well, that's what I got. What else can I do? And I feel like that's kind of holding things back for them. All right. I feel like in terms of what's unseen here, this is a very like this is a journey. This is not the beginning or the ending. There's so much learning that needs to be done. There's so much. It feels like the time apart is kind of really kind of separating you from the other person, or the other person from knowing you even more. And I feel like that's becoming a problem for them. Okay. I feel like this is somebody that I feel like they really believe that you lack commitment. They think of you as somebody that lacks commitment. But I don't know why they think that way, because at the same time they want you to commit. So it's kind of like they're really just upset because the five of cups is a cup of dwelling, okay? So it's kind of like when they get upset, they get angry or whatever. It's kind of like it's Virgo's fault, all right? So in terms of like influences and what's pulling you in one way or another, or what it is that you need to know, I feel like the Page of Swords in the reverse, you know, there's just a lot of manipulation taking place, you guys, and there's a lot of all talk, no action. So whether it's talking, venting, yelling, screaming, arguing, nothing ends up coming of it. It almost feels like it's yeah, there is deception here, a little bit deceptive, but we're dealing with a person that's very contrarian. So they kind of flip it and reverse it every time. It's like it's just they're wishy-washy. They're very kind of inconsistent, okay? And it's very problematic because now it shows, because we have 2 pages, it shows hints of immaturity or lack of growth or lack of maturity in relationships, okay? Lacking direction to some degree, all right? But sometimes this energy has a very kind of immature like approach. So they put you down. Maybe sometimes you might even act that way and you put them down. Ultimately though, in terms of like what you need to know, there's not a whole lot of growing up taking place here. All right, so this is somebody that wants what they want because they want it, but the work still needs to get done, and I don't know how they're gonna get it achieved. Okay, it's almost like the idea is there, but there's no foundation, there's no planning past the idea. The Hermit card here, what's likely to occur, on what the next steps are. Yeah, there's gonna still be a degree of separation here. I feel like they're very, very lonely right now. Some of you, both of you could have like your days or your moments when you think about each other quite a bit. But there's a lot of kind of setbacks, okay? Like not just being reclusive and withdrawn, but there's like somebody's shutting out the other person. So even if there's a time or whatever that communication can come through, there's a shutout. Somebody's being shut out constantly. And I feel like somebody here is really trying their best not to be desperate or act desperate. Needless to say, this is the energy that this is the person that you're thinking about. They're thinking about you. This is the person we're talking about. So there's some things here that have not completely been resolved or have completely kind of disintegrated just yet. But somebody's just too busy to connect. There's just things are happening, so even if connection was to happen, like connecting, like talking, reaching out, it's just too busy. In the sense that like somebody's just in their head busy, too busy in their head. All right. So Virgo, that's kind of where things are for right now. I'm going to pull a card for each of you. You take the one that resonates for you and return the other one to your person if you wish. Okay, I don't know what to say. And it's interesting, these are some like unsaid things to one another, and you don't know, somebody does not know what to say. And someone says, I liked you. All right, well, let me know what's going on with that. And let's see what's going on since the 2 of you are in some form of separation. All right, we have, I feel like I abandoned you and myself when we broke up. I want to reconcile. All right. And we also have, I let my ego get in our way. I couldn't let go of my pride, but you saw through me. You know the truth about me. All right. Lastly, Virgo, I'm going to pull a self-love, self-healing message. Again, thank you so much for spending some of your time with me today. All right. So your word is strength, and your message is strength comes from your connection to the root of your being. All right, Virgo, I'll see you next time. Love you all so much. Take care.